The next minor update of Minecraft is currently in development. This is 1.20.2, and with it comes a major buff to the amount of diamonds you can find in the deep slate level of your Minecraft worlds. This change has been made to encourage players to come down to the recently expanded depth of the Minecraft world and make it easier for them to find diamonds down here. This change was made in snapshot 23W31A, which also introduced some experimental rebalancing to villagers. So this change to diamond ore generation has been somewhat overlooked. At the time, all we had to go on was this piece of Minecraft code, and on closer inspection, I did note that the changes take place between -4 and -64. Now, unless you are a coding genius, you, like I, probably want to know what does this mean in terms of some numbers that I can understand. I'm going to answer that in this video with 3 questions. First of all, how much more in terms of percentage? Where does the distribution increase? And does this change where I should branch mine for diamonds? To answer all of these questions, we first need to be able to count the amount of diamond ore generated in a Minecraft world. And it turns out that we can do this with the carpet mod made by the fantastic Nembomb, who is now actually a developer of the Minecraft game. The carpet mod comes with the ability to add scripts, and we can use a script for block counting. With this command, we can make a cubic selection between this point and that point, and I do that by entering the coordinates into the command, and then it spits out the result. We can also add a filter for just diamond blocks. Now, the obvious next step is to do this on a much larger scale. But first, we needed to generate 2 new Minecraft worlds using the same Minecraft seed, so they would technically be identical. But one of those will be created in 1.20.1, and as you correctly guessed, the other was created in the latest snapshot. And here is an overview map of one of those worlds using MCA selector. We are going to scan this entire region. This is a total over 1 million coordinates. And then we need to multiply that by 64 for the deep slate level of the Minecraft world, giving us a total of 60 million plus blocks. I'm so glad we don't have to count this by hand. So here is the command we use to cover that entire area. And less than a minute later, we have our result. Now that was in 1.20.1, and here is the result from the latest snapshot. So now we have some numbers I can put up on the screen. You can see that there is a big increase, but remember that first question, how much is this in terms of a percentage? So I thought I would use ChatGPT to help me answer this question. And of course, I didn't just take its answer verbatim, I also double checked on a math website to make sure it had given me the correct formula. So now we know that it's increased by over 65%, which is a large amount. Now remember, we do have 2 more questions to answer. And before we do, it's time for the old sub plug. So if you want to stay informed about the Minecraft, I'm worried for those fishies. So if you want to stay informed about Minecraft updates and learn more about the Minecraft game, then subscribe to the channel. Oh, almost nudged him in. Alright, enough of the distractions. Let's answer those next 2 questions. So next up, I had to go through the grindy process of entering all of these commands one by one, twice, because I had to do them in both worlds. I then put the results into this neatly organized spreadsheet, and you'll notice a massive percentage increase for diamonds found higher up in the world than down here at the very bottom. This, of course, averages out to that 65%. Now, don't be mistaken, because the absolute amount of diamonds found in these areas is less than down at the bottom of the world. And if we refer to this tidy graph of the percentages, you can see that visually now. So instead of focusing on the percentages, now let's go ahead and compare the raw numbers of diamonds found. In a graph, it looks like this. So blue is 1.20 and cyan is the latest snapshot, and as you can see, there's obviously more diamonds, but still tons more are found down at the bottom of the world. So that answers the second question. We now understand how the distribution of diamond ores increases. The third and final question is, does this change where we need to mine our diamond ore? I've previously recommended Y59, which is the block you'll be standing on. So these are the 2 layers that the player is occupying, and you can see above and below you as well. This is because when we branch mine, we see the blocks below and above us, as well as the ones to the side, but don't forget you're also mining the ones in the middle. So these ones we see 3 times as much as above and below. So if we add this once, these 2 layers 3 times, and the bottom one once, we get this value over here. If we do the same thing again one block lower, you can see it's technically a little higher, so maybe you could say you should mine at y minus 60. But at that point, I think you can agree we're just splitting hairs. But of course, there are other branch mining techniques as well, and caving with night vision potions. The trick here is that you just get to see an absolute ton of blocks all at once. These techniques and more have been fully explored in my myth-busting episode on the best way to find diamonds, which is still completely relevant, so if you want a deeper dive into this topic, check out that video in the playlist below. So what's the conclusion? Well, on average, you'll get about 65% more diamonds from your mining escapades, but other than that, I don't think too much else has changed. So on that note, we get to wrap up the video. Thank you for checking it out, leave a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again soon.